World Sports Action presents the official Football League video. The Manchester United story, 1988-89. The return to Manchester United of Mark Hughes from Barcelona, together with the arrival of Jim Leighton from Aberdeen, gives everyone at Old Trafford cause to believe this will be their season. After finishing last year as runners-up to Liverpool, Alex Ferguson's multi-million-pound signings are the latest stage in his rebuilding of a United side, hunting that elusive league championship. In their opening match at home to Queen's Park Rangers, over 46,000 fans turn up to see the new-look team begin the title chase. But they're disappointed. The match is really an anti-climax. Martin Allen goes pretty close for Rangers. And as for Mark Hughes, well, Hughes has a quiet first game, closely marked by the talented Paul Parker and unable to shake him off. So, the biggest attendance of the opening day witnessed a dull, goalless draw. United make amends 2 days later when they beat Everton 1-0 in the Mercantile Credit Centenary Trophy. A rare Gordon Strachan header's enough to put United into the semi-finals where they meet Newcastle. The next league match, though, is the big one. Away to Liverpool, and with difficult games against newly promoted Middlesbrough and away on that plastic pitch at Luton in the coming weeks, a good performance against the champions is essential. But United can take heart from the knowledge they haven't lost at Anfield for 9 years.
Beardsley coming away from McGrath to make the pass possible, and now trying to get in beyond him. It bounced awkwardly for Bruce. It'll come for Barnes. And Leighton, who was beaten 4 times here on his only previous appearance almost 8 years ago when he came here in the European Cup with Aberdeen, really rescued Manchester United then. Fountains made his way in on the far side, but that was brilliant from Barnes. Steve Nicol! Barnes, McGrath's header out, collected though by Nigel Spackman. And when Barnes plays like this, he is a sight to behold, but no penalty. And all round Europe they were wondering why he didn't turn on the style like that for England in the summer. Down he goes again, it's a penalty this time. So John Barnes, the outstanding individual in this first half, has earned Liverpool a penalty. 7 minutes remaining in the first half. Bruce flung himself into the tackle. Will feel that he got the ball first. It's not a view shared by Keith Hackett. Leighton protested strongly. It's not Aldridge to take the penalty, it's Jan Mulby, and he scores from it. A testing kick, but a successful one. Kept low, Leighton went the right way.
Williams and Wilson getting in each other's way, but Wilson was able to win it back for Luton. Here's Marvin Johnson. Oh dear, betraying his inexperience there, and he's been punished for it by Peter Davenport. Davenport. Manchester United looking for the second goal, which would surely mean victory now. Robson's in there. He placed the header perfectly.
So once again, the goals of Brian Robson are the key to United's success. That victory at Luton puts them 8th in the First Division, 5 points behind the surprise leaders Norwich. In the Mercantile Credit Trophy, United have their third win in a row with a 2-0 victory over Newcastle. Steve Bruce and Brian McClare get the goals, but just under 15,000 see the game. It's United's lowest attendance for 15 years. Behind the scenes, Paul McGrath's the subject of an £825,000 bid from Tottenham. But after 6 games, there's little sign of Mark Hughes recapturing the sparkling form that made him £1 million player. A chance, though, to put that right now as United take on West Ham at Old Trafford.
Nice touch from Ward. Stuart Robson joining in. Stuart Robson's chip. Rossignol getting up at the far side. Quite a muddle in there. Hilton trying to get a turn on the ball. And Leighton made a very good reflex save. And it's just gone over the top. What an amazing tussle that was. In the midst of it all, a superb reflex save from Jim Leighton. But a real opportunity for West Ham to take an unexpected lead. What a scramble it was. The turn by Hilton in the shot, well saved by Jim Leighton. And the ball agonisingly just over the crossbar for West Ham. Some more work for McKnight as Strachan sweeps it wide, a delightful ball, and finds Davenport with it. Faced by Paris, gets his cross in though, it might come to Clayton Blackmore, just wide! So United continue to press forward. Oh, misunderstanding there leaves Sharp free with McClare outside him. Into the path of Brian Robson, just wide. Well, the young head and the old head in Manchester United's side very nearly fashioned an opening goal there. Brian Robson. Peter Davenport to McClare to Davenport! A brilliant goal for Manchester United by Peter Davenport. Superbly executed from first to last. What a classic move. One-touch stuff as Davenport gets it back and slots it magnificently past McKnight for United to go into the lead. Here we are again. The touch from Robson. Won by Davenport. Played back again by McClare. And unerringly into the corner by Davenport. Bruce to Robson. McClare on the far side, gathering it well. Hit a really good, powerful shot from a difficult angle. And there was a degree of difficulty also for Alan McKnight keeping that one out. Blackmore. Trying to get Robson in again. Here he is. Brian Robson. Oh, against the post. He scored in each of the 2 last league games for Manchester United. That looked a certainty that he'd make it 3 out of 3. And a header there by Robson just over the top. The man's been an inspiration to Manchester United for quite a while now, and particularly on this afternoon. His work through the middle of the field and his ability to get into forward positions, as there. Looked as though he might have been fouled there, saw an opportunity of a shot on goal though, kept his feet, and McKnight did well with a touch against the post. Clare, Davenport. Once more. Davenport's header might come for Hughes. He's off the mark at last. His first goal since returning to Old Trafford, and that almost certainly will put the game safe for Manchester United. It's a goal they've threatened for quite a little while, and again Peter Davenport played a big part in it with that little flick on with his head. Hughes wriggled himself clear, and the goal was there at his mercy. Beardsmore's cross, Davenport's flick, and Hughes' finish. 2-0.
So Mark Hughes opens his account at last, and United secure their 4th win in a row. Victory number 5 comes in the Littlewoods Cup, away to Rotherham. Peter Davenport scores his 2nd goal in 4 days. Paul McGrath, meantime, decides to stay put at Old Trafford. He returns to First Division action at Spurs. He partners Steve Bruce in the heart of the defence. Here are the extended highlights.
Strachan will take it. Robson's header, headed off the line by Samways. McGrath getting in there, and Strachan puts it wide. So Spurs saved by the header on the line from Vinnie Samways. A tremendous header there by Brian Robson from Strachan's corner. Accurately placed, a tremendous leap there by the Manchester United skipper, and knocked off the line by Samways. Hughes for Manchester United. Eight minutes of this half remaining. Mitchell Thomas, compromising bit of defence, and a splendid ball now through to Chris Waddle. And a marvellous goal for Tottenham. One end of the field to the other, and Chris Waddle rams it home. Not bad for a man who woke up this morning with a temperature of 103 and at 7:30 had to call the doctor, but pronounced himself fit to play, and Spurs are delighted that he did. A great ball out of defence, superbly taken in his stride by Waddle, and Spurs go ahead. There's Waddle. McGrath. Bruce. Free kick to Manchester United as Mitchell Thomas went on mauling Peter Davenport. Strachan. Chip by him. In fact, it's a tremendous shot there by Mark Hughes. Volley is almost a copyright of Mark Hughes, and he crashed that in on the turn to bring it level to 1-1. Gascoigne pulled back by Duxbury, a free kick to Tottenham. Gascoigne shot, a long raking shot that the Spurs fans enjoyed. They would have enjoyed it a good deal more, of course, it had just kept inside Leighton's post, but it was struck with some venom there by Paul Gascoigne. Minimum of backlift. Not so far away. Here's McClare, with Hughes waiting in the middle. A nice burst of speed there by McClare, but it was matched by Mabbott, and the clearance made by him. Walsh. Can he get the better of Bruce? Can he send Paul Stewart on his way? The flag stays down. Still with Stewart. Playing it into the path of Gascoigne against the post. Allen playing it back across the goal, and then behind by Paul McGrath. Spurs within a whisker of going into the lead when Gascoigne's shot was planted against the post. This is Gascoigne's shot, and here comes the corner. Samways with it. Samways. Great jump by Stewart. And Robson, as cool as you like. Robson furious, not with the referee, I thought for a moment, but with defenders who weren't giving enough cover. But what a fabulous jump by Paul Stewart. It will certainly open the eyes of Spurs fans, many of whom will be seeing him properly for the first time today. Terrific jump at the far post. Gascoigne. Mitchell Thomas. Fennick. And a throw to United. And they're going to take off. Taking off Peter Davenport. No, they're taking off the number 2, Billy Garton's coming off. And Peter Davenport's coming off. They're making a double substitution. Viv Anderson comes on, and as well as Viv Anderson, the England fullback, and Manchester United, the Danish star Jesper Olsen. Anderson's first game since the end of last season when he was injured against Liverpool. Anderson quickly into the action as he has to. Well, he can't stop Houghton's pass to Walsh, but now he can get in there. There was a foot injury that Viv Anderson had, and they've actually had to build a special boot with a special heel on it to make Viv comfortable for First Division action. Leclerc. Olsen. A good cross in from Olsen, the sort of cross that very often leads to an own goal, but Mabbott was nicely in control there at the expense of a corner, though, which Strachan will take. This is where Anderson, over the seasons with Nottingham Forest and with Arsenal and with Manchester United, has been so often an awkward customer, with England as well. Good header of the ball from this sort of situation, and he got a little touch on there. Free kick to United. Strachan. Here's Hughes. Leclerc waiting there. And United are in the lead. Well, Hughes, the scorer of the first goal, the provider of the second, with an inch-perfect cross there. Leclerc waiting in the middle to get his first league goal of the season. There's the cross, there's the header by Brian Leclerc. David Howells. Thomas. Fennick. Anderson. Oh, a lovely little touch by Howells to Samways, and now to Paul Walsh. And Spurs are level. Delight amongst the Tottenham faithful, and a really intricate move of high skill there. Some delightful touches that in the end left Paul Walsh with more time than he was entitled to expect, and that makes it 2-2. Well, an important one that for Walsh. His first goal of the season, and important too for Tottenham. And Spurs really are making quite a habit of saving themselves late in the game. But here's Robson on the break for United, finding Brian McClare. Walsh. Oh, and he's found Stewart. Now, could this open up for Tottenham? Paul Stewart on the charge. Penalty! It looked to me like a shove in the back on Stewart, who was rifling his way towards that United goal. And what an astonishing finish we've got again. Well, what do you think? It looked very much like a shove. And an almost identical situation from last week, when Spurs were down and then scored twice late in the game against Middlesbrough to beat them, the second of them coming from the penalty spot. Now, Fenwick took it last week, and Fenwick, it would seem, has that responsibility this week. No, it's going to be Stewart, and he's missed it. What agony for the man who cost £1.7 million. Well, it makes you wonder, why change a winning formula when Fenwick had scored from the spot last week? And Stewart hit it powerfully enough, shook the crossbar, and the ball bounced out.
A marvellous match ends in a fitting 2-2 draw. Now it's a cup final, the Mercantile Credit Trophy final against Arsenal at Villa Park. Another tremendous match, but United lose 2-1 despite a great comeback late on. 3 days later, though, there's consolation. United thrash Rotherham in the second leg of the Littlewoods Cup, 5-0. McClare grabs his second hat-trick. It's the biggest win at home for a year. It's back to the league now, a tough match at Wimbledon, where they'll play their next Littlewoods Cup match, home to the leaders Norwich, and a first live TV appearance of the season at Everton, where United unveil their latest signing. Let's go to Plough Lane first.
Well, that's a poor goal kick by Segers. And Hughes is away. Can they catch him? They can't. Well, it wasn't exactly put on a plate, but Hughes helped himself to what was on offer. Brilliantly taken by Hughes, who really is in the mood here. Eric Young, very quick to recover, and Wimbledon needed his speed. Sanchez. And it's reached Cork. Wise going into the centre, and Jones coming in as well. It's the equaliser. Jones is claiming it, but the rest of the team have run to Wise. And Alan Cork, who's not the quickest, has sneaked in behind Manchester United here, and that's a terrific and very timely block by Jim Leighton.
The First Division leaders Norwich put to the test at Old Trafford, and Mark Bowen conceding an early penalty. Not too much doubt about it. Brian McClare, the victim. McClare it was who got to his feet to take the kick, and he was denied by Brian Gunn in the Norwich goal. United did find the opener in the second half. Gordon Strachan chasing and getting in a glorious cross, and a typically agile finish from Mark Hughes. Norwich then stung into action and showing just why they were on top, working a glorious equaliser for their captain Michael Phelan. And a goal worth celebrating too. And that might have done most sides at Old Trafford with less than 5 minutes on the watch, but such was the confidence within the Norwich ranks at the time that they went chasing the winner, and got it as well. Andy Townsend's volley carrying beyond Leighton in the United goal. And United's answer to their indifferent start, the signing of Mal Donachie for £700,000 from Luton. Donachie made his debut at Goodison Park.
And McClare leaving Ratcliffe in his wake. Well stopped by Southall, and Hughes trying to turn in the rebound, and Everton riding their luck, because Brian McClare showed a turn of speed here that troubled Kevin Ratcliffe, Southall redeemed his fellow Welsh international, and then the third Welshman trying to get involved, Mark Hughes. Robson. And McClare continuing to find space in the first half. Strachan, the flag has stayed down, he's round Southall, off the post. And Strachan reacting sharply, Garton keeping the pressure on, Southall still trying to get back on his line. Strachan again, and Everton at the moment all over the place. Southall has to backpedal this time, and it's a corner put behind by Snowden. But this was the closest Manchester United came. You can see what Strachan had to aim at, it wasn't very much. Snowden. Sharp got to it, here's Heath. It's a partnership that's been profitable in the past for Everton. But it's Manchester United now, speeding away through Olsen on the counter-attack, and Snowden will be in trouble. It's going to be a yellow card. It could easily have been red. It was a cynical trip. One back by Stephen only momentarily. Here's Hughes. Manchester United have taken the lead, and Mark Hughes scores for the 5th league game in a row. In typically athletic style. He did very well to reach it, let alone control the shot. Watson's there. Off the post, Cotty! Watson played a major part, and that is Tony Cotty's stock in trade. 1-1.
Only 2 points from 3 games. United are 10th, 10 points behind the leaders. They return to Wimbledon in the Littlewoods Cup. United lose 2-1, and an incident at the end between Viv Anderson and John Fashanu leaves Anderson requiring stitches in a facial wound. There'll be an inquiry. There's a transfer. Peter Davenport goes to Middlesbrough. Meantime, in the league, there are games against Aston Villa, Derby and Southampton. Coming up, extended highlights of the Derby game. First, the Villa at Old Trafford.
And in turn from Gibson. It's given Aston Villa a problem. Owen Spink was concerned by the dip on the cross, and Gibson damaged himself in delivering it. And that looks serious for Manchester United and Colin Gibson. Manchester United afflicted by injuries this season. Gibson himself only just back from a knee problem sustained pre-season. And it seemed to be just in delivering the cross that the problem occurred. And Bruce! Emphatic header. No chance for Spink. Manchester United's pressure has paid off. They've ridden some disappointments in this first half, losing Colin Gibson injured. They've hit the post. Now they hit the back of the net with a vengeance. From Strachan's corner, which was perfectly delivered, matched by Bruce's header. Olsen. Outfield's miscued. Strachan. Hughes has gone to the far post. Robson in the centre of the goal. Strachan looking for a silky touch rather than an early cross. And McAnally. This is the sort of break that he's turning into his trademark. Platt is in the middle. McAnally taking on Bruce. And Gordon Cowans has equalised. 15 minutes into the second half. Aston Villa's supporters delirious with delight. Cowans knows the part that McAnally played. And when he's not scoring, he's providing. The man on the score sheet this time, Gordon Cowans, His first goal back since his 3 years in Italy. And what a stage to get it on at Old Trafford. Nigel Callaghan. Saunders lurking in the middle. And Derby have the game's first corner. Callaghan waiting while Mark Wright, the captain, comes up towards the near post. And it's off the line by Blackmore. And I think it was McMinn who made contact initially for Derby. Ted McMinn, the rather unpredictable Scottish forward, who scored his first goal for Derby last February against Manchester United. His back header over Leighton, but not beyond Blackmore. As you can see, steep-sided ground, the baseball ground. It's terrific for retaining its atmosphere. And this fixture announced over the public address as the fans made their way in as the biggest derby have had this season. And Saunders! Can you believe it? They salute their star. When it's going your way, you don't waste any time with niceties in the shooting. You blaze away with expectation and more than hope. And Saunders' expectations were answered there with a half volley that sped past Leighton. 7 minutes gone. Derby County lead. Dean Saunders now with 4 goals in 2 and a bit First Division games for the club that paid £1 million for him. McMinn running into trouble, only temporarily. Ted McMinn for Derby, and Leighton found the shot. It was a hot one. He was aching to get goals, McMinn, and he finally picked up a couple at Tottenham a week ago. And that clever change of direction set up the opening here. Well, in the 13 barren years that Derby have had against Manchester United, they can scarcely have dominated a spell of any of those games like they have dominated here. McMinn, oh, the crowd on their toes again. Even those sitting in the stands were up off the seats. He's a very exciting player. And he's got a free kick as he was fouled by Robson as he let fly. The type of crowd pleaser that the game needs. And Manchester United don't need at the moment. Callaghan, right. Saunders, oh, off the top of the bar. From heaven. Mark Wright made it happen from the free kick. Look how much room Manchester United gave him. Leighton thought it had gone, but Saunders wasn't giving it up. So close to number 2 from heaven. Goddard. Derby picking their passes at will at the moment. Here's Sage, sharp, working back. And he wants too much time. Goddard stepping in. Still Goddard, only Saunders and Callaghan in the middle. Well, that must be at least the 3rd time that Gartner's had to deal in that area with well-delivered crosses from the Derby right. This time it was supplied by Paul Goddard. It's a rampant Derby county. And Manchester United very fortunate to be only one goal behind. McMinn, it might be two now. Forsyth had the second touch, and the third was off the post. Here's Hughes. Oh, and when you need a moment of quality, as Manchester United did, Mark Hughes has provided it. And United must feel that they've been let out of jail, rather. They've been overrun for so much of the first half, and then suddenly Hughes strikes. He got away from Hebert, didn't allow anyone to come out and close him down, and it sped past Shilton. Goddard, well played to Saunders, a great turn on Robson. Callaghan with him, and Hebert kept running and got his reward. Derby County have regained the lead, but in some ways a very strange goal. Good work in the build-up from Goddard and then from Saunders, and his shot looped up off Bruce, and Leighton hesitated. He thought it was going behind. He couldn't believe that Hebert could reach it and then get it in. And that is an amazing goal for Derby. There was a deft touch to Sharp. He takes on Blades. McClare! Well, again, Manchester United showing an improvement in their approach, work. Clare had started it, and he was very close to finishing it with that outside of the foot effort. And Derby are just going through a spell at the moment where their concentration is wavering a little bit. It's a spell in which Manchester United want to take off Mike Duxbury. So will this be Jesper Olsen's last appearance in a Manchester United shirt? I asked him before the game, and he said, well, possibly, but I haven't spoken to anyone from Bordeaux yet. Robson. Sharp has gone to left back. McClare. Olsen bursting to get into the proceedings. Sharp, the advantage played, although the linesman was flagging for the foul. Olsen. McClare! 2-2! And Olsen has made an immediate impact. And it was on the cards for Derby this time. Hughes' first equaliser, really a surprise, but Manchester United have been pressing since they were 2-1 down. And McClare ties it all up again from Olsen's perfectly flighted cross.
Now Southampton and Graham Baker catching Jim Leighton off guard. Not the ideal start. So United with some work to do now, inspired as ever by England's Brian Robson. Hughes on the edge of the box, Robson joining the action, battling for possession, and he deserved his goal as well. Into the second half now, and Southampton struggling to stay the pace. Hughes streaking onto McClare's ball, and that's another very good finish. But not for the first time. United left the back door open, and there was time enough for Southampton to strike back. Letizia perhaps inspired by Robson, and the same end product, 2-2.
After that 2-2 draw with Southampton, United are now 11th. They've drawn 6 out of their last 7 games in the First Division. Brian McClare's goal at Derby comes in his 50th league match for United. Jesper Olsen and Liam O'Brien leave the club for Bordeaux and Newcastle respectively. Winger Ralph Milne arrives from Bristol City. In the league, it's Sheffield Wednesday at home before travelling to Newcastle for yet another live TV appearance.
That's an interesting ball. Hughes is underneath it. Wednesday struggling to get it away and giving Hughes too much space, and he's scored. They paid the price. Just 8 minutes left, and that might just win it for Manchester United. Leighton, that's not a very good punch. Johnson will try his luck. West, 1-1.
This is Milne taking on Cornwell. It's a terrific cross, and Besant matches Hughes' header with an important save at this stage of the game. The last thing Newcastle would want would be to concede an early goal. And Manchester United's rather patched up team, making significant progress in that attack a moment ago, but now they have to defend against Mirandinha and company. Mirandinha's first goals in English football were against Manchester United at the start of last season. It's Brian Tinian to shoot, and it's against the post. It took a deflection. Mirandinha fastening onto the rebound. So chances at both ends. Laid off by Hendry. Just flicked through the wall, maybe deceived Leighton, who saw it happily from his viewpoint. Rebound off the post. There's room here for Galton. Oh, and what a gilt-edged chance for Brian McClare. Robson. Tinian has lost it. Galton off the post. Followed in by McClare now. What's the referee going to make of this? To Besant's relief, it's not going to count. And down on the Manchester United bench, they can't believe it. Tinian was confused. Garton shot. Besant had it. It rolled away. Then the post. Yes, that was a foul. Besant had it.
United's inability to win leaves them stuck in 11th place. They've now gone 9 without a victory. It's the worst run for 10 years. And with difficult away fixtures at Arsenal and Coventry coming up, plus home matches against Nottingham Forest and Charlton, United need a Christmas boost to get the season back in gear. The performance against Charlton is a great tonic.
Bob Bowler coming to the edge of his 6-yard box, didn't catch it as he would like. Milne did. Ralph Milne, and he'll enjoy that against his old colleagues. Took a bit of a hop, but Milne will claim it. Hughes, Strachan in space on the right-hand side. Garton joining him. McClare jumping. 2-0. Brian Robson with the free kick for United. Hughes with his back to goal. Oh my goodness me, that's a tremendous strike. Mark Hughes. United's first league win in 10 games, and very welcome.
Well, Hampton diverted it away. Speedy anticipated and gets it back. And a goal! Cyril Regis.
It's been a long wait and they were beginning to run out of hope. Manchester United couldn't deal originally with the corner, and when it came back, Regis there before Houchin with a thumping header. Textbook stuff.
He's coming off his defender very well indeed. Donaghy. Ali Sharp. Torquay as a winger, but he's been playing at fullback early on in the season for Manchester United. Finds Leclerc there, almost wrinkled that through to Milne. Instead of that, it comes for Michael Thomas. And now a surging run out of midfield by him. He's got two options and he takes up Alan Smith, who's got Merson on the far side, and Marwood coming in quickly. Thomas as well! Arsenal ahead! Michael Thomas, named by the Arsenal supporters as their player of the year. Alan Smith chips it back nicely to him. Marwood has a go here. It comes off Merson, falls obligingly there. But Thomas, wide of Leighton and Arsenal are one up. Up goes Smith. Nicely down for Marwood. Played down for Merson, and it's another one! 2-0. And United are in deep trouble now. Arsenal's big spell of 4 games without a win looks as though it might well end here this afternoon. A good movement, finished off by Paul Merson, and Arsenal 2 up with about 17 minutes gone. Thomas, Richardson, cut out by Strachan. Here go United now. Hoping to get there before Adams. Finds Beardsmore. A little crosser of a ball, but I fancy something more than that. Hughes! And United are back in it. With a little under 10 minutes left. Mark Hughes makes it 8 in the last 12. Russell Beardsmore again, had a hand in it. Hughes, left foot, perfection into the roof of the net.
It's a useful ball for Hughes, and Sutton's done well to block it. And Ralph Milne will score. The surprise signing from Bristol City gets his second goal in the First Division. Nottingham Forest can't match Manchester United in midfield at the moment. Look at the room Strachan's got. A great run inside him from Beardsmore, but he went the other way for Hughes!
A very welcome Boxing Day win over Forest gives the United faithful a nice Christmas bonus. There's still a long way to go though. United are now 9th. The FA show no festive spirit towards Viv Anderson. He's fined £750 for the Wimbledon fracas. He also gets a one-match ban. United sign another player, a virtually unknown winger, Majorana, from non-league Histon. The cost £30,000. In the league, it's 2 games in 2 days, an away game at Middlesbrough, following the biggest game of the season at Old Trafford, with the visit of Liverpool. Coming up now, extended highlights of that match.
Martin. Hughes looking for something on the turn. Getting support from Robson, but
4 Liverpool players, McMahon in trouble, and a great save by Hooper from Leclerc. Trouble of Liverpool's own making, and so uncharacteristic of them to be dithering on the edge of their own penalty area in the way that they were then.
Mark Hughes really worked extremely hard, didn't he, get the ball back. A great save by the Hull, stood his ground and got his hand to it very well.
6 minutes of the first half remaining. Leclerc finding it forward towards young Robbins again.
And great and typical piece of work by Hughes. He loves those acrobatic volley type shots. And that time it fell straight to Hooper. It's almost his hallmark, that sort of shot now, but straight at the keeper.
Staunton now for Liverpool. Houghton's making the running. He's got Bruce to contend with. Donachie behind him. And he finds Beardsley. And a cross almost reached Aldrich with it. That was a moment of high danger there for Manchester United. And of all people, it was Brian McClair who got right back and got him out of a spot, and a really serious spot it was. Robson to Brian McClair. Chip this time reaches Mark Hughes. Also Beardsmore on the far side. Well, there's a bit of cheek for you. Slipping it to McClair. Great piece of keeping by Hooper. And a lovely ball in by young Russell Beardsmore. Great work by McClair. There's the cross by Beardsmore. Met superbly on the volley in Hughes style by McClair. And good work again by Hooper. It's a good save he made early on in the game, and another good one here. And United get the corner. Robson tried to reach it but couldn't. And Liverpool now with a chance of getting it away. No, they struggled. Robson now knocking it down. Hughes setting himself up again for the volley. Right start to the second half by Manchester United. The Liverpool defences remain unpierced. Houghton with a shot, well taken. Well, Jim Leighton with 3 clean sheets in the last 5 games and really coming back into form, took that one beautifully. Bruce. Hughes on the turn, oh, against the post. Robbins, a brilliant save by Hooper. Well, Hughes didn't catch it properly, but it looked for all the world as though it was going to go in. And what a great save it was. And a strike by Robbins. Robson. Beardsley. Aldridge has made a run one side, Barnes on the other. And Liverpool in the lead. A shot by Barnes, deflected on the way, but in the back of the United net. And Liverpool go into the lead. Silence on 3 sides of the famous Old Trafford ground, but not at that Liverpool end. Beardsley laying it off the Barnes in just enough space, drags it inside. Yes, and there was a flick off the defender, but the goal belongs to John Barnes. Just enough as Bruce came in. But John Barnes scores, Liverpool in the lead. With 20 minutes of the game remaining. Hughes. Played in for Donachie. And now for Beardsmore. Gone all the way. And a brilliant goal by McClair! United are 1-1. What an amazing turnabout. And Beardsmore supplying the cross again. And McClair showing terrific volleying power, and at last Hooper is beaten, and what a game we've got. Donachie. Then they lose it. Donachie has lost it, and Beardsley's on his way again. It's with Aldridge.
McMahon shot stunned by McGraw. And Leclerc's shot rocketing into the goal. Camera inside the goal, shivers as the net is cracked by that goal of Leclerc's. The flag goes up on the far side, an offside against Hughes. It was such a good volley, you could almost have thought for a moment it was Mark Hughes himself, Graham.
Oh, superb finishing. Great run by the boy Beardsmore. Attacked the defenders, went at them in the penalty box.
Staunton. McGrath. No, it's given to Barrows. And Milne won't want to make that mistake again as he drags the ball away for United. But here's McMahon now for Liverpool. Beardsley. McMahon looking to get his cross in, or his shot. And somehow United kept that out. Good reactions from Leighton.
You know, Brian, it's amazing what's happened in the last 5 minutes, because all of a sudden both teams have gone from one end of the pitch to the other. They've lost their shape, and the whole thing has become very exciting, because just watching there, Manchester United were attacking there and they'd left themselves with 3 against 3 at the back if the ball breaks down. So really, the game has really taken off now.
Beardsmore. Robbins. Nicol, they claimed handball, not given. And it's in there again! Mark Hughes has made it 2-1. Again a deflection. But United have come from behind and Mark Hughes has put them into the lead. One sensation follows on another. As Hughes lines up the shot, it cannons off the arm of the keeper. What an astonishing game it's turning out to be. The goal kick.
Well, I mean, the viewers at home, ourselves here, just watching it, we can't. It's silly to turn around and say I can't believe it, because it's there in front of us. And this is a great thing about the game. We were just talking a little bit earlier. This is a great way to start the new year, Brian. This
3 goals in 5 minutes. United, as we've said before, with that incredible incentive that if they do beat Liverpool, goodness knows what it'll do for their confidence, but also it takes them to 6th in the First Division. McGrath. Robson, a cheeky little back heel. Milne floating it for Robbins. Ablett's there. Robson again pouncing on that half mistake. He's found Mark Robbins and now Mark Hughes. Sharp. Robbins tries to get in, and Beardsmore! 3-1! You can't believe it now. His first goal for Manchester United that crowns an excellent play by the youngster. Catches it on the volley, puts it wide of Hooper. And the score clicks up to 3-1.
But 24 hours later, Manchester United had to play again and came down to earth with a bump at Middlesbrough. The defeat the more painful because Peter Davenport chose this match against the club he left 2 months earlier to finally score his first goal for Middlesbrough in his 12th game for his new club.
So Peter Davenport sinks his old club. In the FA Cup, United are drawn at home to Queen's Park Rangers. It's a goalless draw, just like the first league match. But Brian Robson is knocked unconscious. He swallows his tongue. Robson will miss the replay at Loftus Road. United's injury problems mean they field an inexperienced team. But Fergie's fledglings, as they're called, do him proud. They draw 2-2. Rangers need a last-minute equaliser to survive. But the cup has to be put on ice. It's back to league action now, with games against London rivals Millwall and West Ham.
Donachie searching for Hughes. Didn't find him. It's all rather untidy at the moment. Now here's Hughes. Leclerc in space to his left. And here's Clayton Blackmore. 1-0. Clayton Blackmore, the goal scorer. Milne again prepared to run at players. Tony Gill. 2 in a week for Tony Gill. Here's Hughes. Yes, the now almost statutory goal for Mark Hughes. And again the trusty left foot doing the damage.
Here's Lee Martin. Well, Mark Ward, 2 months out through injury and very eager to make an impact here. Oh, that's a penalty. Bruce on Rossinia. Liam Brady missed against Aston Villa 3 days ago, doesn't miss here. Well taken by Ward. West Ham streaming into the middle. Rossinia, and Leighton able to push it over the top. Robson, that was neatly done. He left Mark Ward behind. Robson with the shot. McKnight's lost it. Dix is there, and Dix has lost his balance. And West Ham have lost the goal to Gordon Strachan. Robson. Martin's gone ahead of him, and Ralph Milne is there as well. And here's Lee Martin. Manchester United are in front, and it looked to me as though one Martin kicked it against another. Alvin against Lee. McClare. They're turning on the style now.
Two wins for United. They're now 6th in Division 1. The youngsters once again doing a fine job, and with Brian Robson back in the side after that injury, United face Queen's Park Rangers in the second replay of the FA Cup, full of confidence, and they turn on the style in front of their biggest gate of the season. Brian McClare gets 2 goals. United cruise to a 3-0 win. So it's on to the 4th round. It's another home tie against Oxford. United win 4-0, their 4th straight win. The buzz is around Old Trafford once again as they prepare to play Spurs in the latest live game before travelling to Hillsborough to face Sheffield Wednesday.
Strachan. Hughes onside, clever bit of play. He looked as though he was going to be offside, quickly darted before the ball was played. And also good work by Mabbutt. The game's picking up a little bit now. Strachan for Manchester United. Hughes again to Strachan. Can he get across in? McClare! United ahead! Oh, no sooner saying that the game had livened up a bit. It certainly has for Manchester United. Little Strachan's part was big. The finish came from Brian McClare. He scored against them last season in both games. He scored against them at White Hart Lane. And there's Strachan with a turn. And McClare keeps that record going by scoring here now at Old Trafford. 1-0 to Manchester United. McClare again.
lost on the far side. McClare's in the middle. And Manchester United coming here with 5 straight wins behind them have made promising start. 1 up, 37 minutes gone. Mistake by Pearson, and you don't want to give the ball away to Mark Hughes.
Good stop by Turner, and Madden's rather scuffed his clearance. McClare
Has got another.
What a run. 5 wins in 6 games puts United third. There's still time for a title challenge. Now it's the FA Cup 5th round at Bournemouth, scene of an embarrassing defeat 4 years ago when United were cup holders. Mark Hughes scores his 15th goal of the season to earn a 1-1 draw and a replay at Old Trafford. In front of the season's biggest crowd, over 52,000, United make it to the 6th round with a Brian McClaire goal, his 15th of the season. There's even talk of a United double now. Suddenly, the goals dry up for Hughes and McClaire. They won't score again for the next 9 games. The poor run starts at Norwich, and it'll continue at Aston Villa.
Rosario again causing problems. Allen and Butterworth came in. Norwich go in front. Again the target is Rosario. Bruce. Oh, it was a nasty bobble. Putney's got a chance. Great stop. Allen, 2-0. That will do their title chances. A power of good. McGrath arriving. Good finish. Paul McGrath, he's been United's best player, thoroughly deserves it, but has it come too late?
Another free kick to Aston Villa. Steve Sims again with it. Hit high towards big Ormontroyd. Beardsmore with a little touch. Gage picking it up here. Looking for McAnally on the far side. David Plack's in the middle. Ormontroyd with his height as well. Plack with a header. Great save!
Well, there's an inquiry among the Manchester United defenders here. Stevie Bruce was saying that somebody should have been picking him up. We'll see, it was a very good ball. And look at the space he's got, Brian. Yards of space. No United defender in sight.
And Jim Leighton continuing the form that he showed for Scotland on Wednesday night. Touch there by Sims! Against the crossbar, and United somehow getting that away. And when you're struggling near the bottom, the luck very rarely goes with you, and Villa will be cursing the fact that that came off the crossbar.
Ray, Callaghan. Here's the cross. It's eluded Robson. McAnally! Oh, a marvellous save by Leighton. I'll tell you how good
It was. McAnally hit that with just about everything. Applause
from the bench. And that goes down
as one of the great saves of the season.
A brilliant save, but it's still 2 points lost. United slip into 7th place, a massive 15 points behind the leaders, Arsenal. In the FA Cup tie against Nottingham Forest, a 55,000 crowd see a 1-0 defeat. But the game's controversial. Referee Brian Hill rules that a Brian McClaire effort did not cross the line. United are furious, but it's the end of the FA Cup for them. Gordon Strachan, who's played over 150 league games for United, moves to Leeds. The fee, £300,000. Now, United must go flat out in the league. They've got a chance to avenge that defeat by Forest after they've played Luton at Old Trafford.
Luton really struggling to get the ball away. Robson going in. Beardsmore getting the first crack to take over from Gordon Strachan. Here's Hughes. And Milne! Manchester United are off to a flyer. McClaire, and it's Clayton Blackmore making the run, and a useful one too. He's squeezed in the second.
Clough and Pearce over the ball. Pearce hit it. Great strike. The Forest captain's 8th goal of the season. There's Webb. Hodge. Chapman onside. And that's 2.
So another defeat by Forest for the second time in 9 days, but United welcome back Norman Whiteside, who's been sidelined for a year. He returns to the side to play league leaders Arsenal before the intimidating trip to Millwall.
Marwood with the corner. Arsenal have done it, they've got the goal. Adams. And it came from a set play. Reflects on the goal that's gone past him, and the First Division leaders have a priceless moment to savor here with the diving header from Tony Adams. This is McClare. It's a Manchester United free kick. Anderson. And again. It's an awkward one for Adams! Oh, and Lukic couldn't keep it out! Tony Adams has scored at both ends. It's 1-1. Another twist to the drama in the championship race. Arsenal had victory in their sights. It was driven in by Blackmore as a crucial deflection there, and then by Adams, and Lukic could only palm it on its way.
Disappointment at Millwall, who had lost their previous 2 games, slipping out of contention at the top in the process. Tony Cascarino trying to work space for a cross, the ball eventually running for Salmon, who was literally inches away from embarrassing Jim Leighton. United's best chance literally fell to Russell Beardsmore. McGrath's long through ball. Beardsmore forcing a save out of Brian Horn, but the keeper had little else to do on the afternoon. It finished 0-0.
United are back in mid-table once again following those 2 draws, and now they face Derby at Old Trafford. We saw earlier the first game at the baseball ground was a thriller, and the return promises to be the same very high standard.
Clare, Hughes beaten by Wright, now Williams for Derby. Fine run made through the middle here by Micklewhite, and Anderson is caught in 2 minds, and Micklewhite's beaten him, and he's beaten Leighton and given Derby the lead. What a moment for Gary Micklewhite, the man who began his Football League career here at Old Trafford, but never got to play in the first team. Anderson beaten. He's claiming, I think, that he was knocked off the ball unfairly, and we can see again, well, for my money, that was a 50-50 challenge, and the goal stands. Only 3 minutes of the game gone, and Micklewhite very quick to see the opening and slot the ball beyond Leighton. Right again, brilliant defending. Saunders, oh yes, he got away from Bruce magnificently, and he's got Goddard up in support here, and he looks for him and he finds him, and it's 2-0. Leighton beaten, and Derby County's 2 front men exploit their pace and timing to perfection. Saunders was brilliant, the way he turned Bruce, got forward, looked up, saw Goddard and marked on the far post. Thank you very much, that's 2-0. Superb goal, simplicity itself in the build-up, and a fine finish by Goddard.
United lose at home in the league for the first time since October. But it's a sad day for football with a disaster at Hillsborough. 95 Liverpool fans lose their lives at the FA Cup semi-final. The tragedy touches everyone in football. And at Old Trafford in particular, where the joy of having Mark Hughes chosen as PFA Footballer of the Year is totally overshadowed by the events in Sheffield. United postpone their next match at Queen's Park Rangers as a mark of respect. The season continues a week later at Charlton before home games with Coventry and Wimbledon.
Humphrey. Now Robert Lee. And there's some pushing and shoving going on in the middle between Bruce and Williams, and the referee has pointed for the penalty. It was off the ball. Mark Reed scores. And believe it or not, that's Charlton's first penalty of the season. Robson on a marauding run and plenty of space to exploit here. Robson again, and well stopped by Boulder.
Robson taking it on. His enthusiasm is never ever diminished, and there's Robson going through, a shot against the crossbar of Coventry City. Real frustration there for the Manchester United captain. And as I say, such an amazing inspiration to them. When you think, for example, that he played in that important World Cup qualifier for England on Wednesday and against Albania, and here he is still full of fire and good intentions, and so unlucky with that shot against the crossbar. Having seen United a few times and that brilliant performance of theirs in beating Liverpool on New Year's Day, I would think nobody must be more mystified about their inability to score than their manager, Alex Ferguson. Robson turning away nicely from Beardsmore, giving himself time, planting it forward again towards Regis. There's that big man obliging with the header again, but McGrath at the moment looks unbeatable. Regis once more. Smith. Bannister's in the middle, Phillips is in the middle, Speedy is coming up quickly for Coventry. Can Smith get it across? He's got problems because Robson's also arrived, but here's Smith again. Bannister looking to shoot on the turn! A fine goal for Coventry. And Leighton is beaten at last with a splendid shot on the turn by Gary Bannister. After some excellent work on that far touchline by Smith. I thought he must have lost it when Robson arrived, but he took the ball in there. Here's Bannister, McGrath at the back of him, and a lovely shot on the turn just inside the post. And from this angle again, Bannister, there's the shot on the turn, ball in the net, Coventry ahead. Here's McGrath again, closing quickly on Bannister. It's a good ball by McGrath. Can Whiteside get to this one? He's trying to shrug off Peake. He hits the shot straight at Ibisevic. That Coventry goal will needle United now. Certainly Whiteside was putting everything into that in spite of the attentions there of Trevor Peake. Caught it nicely on the volley, but straight at the keeper.
Wants to run at Wise. That'll be a free kick. Wise suggesting he took a dive. And time running away from United. Just a minute left now. McGrath coming at the far post. Good stop. McClare. Yes. A goal at last for Manchester United. And that will win it, surely.
Victory at last after 3 straight defeats, but United, third in February, are now in 10th place. And as their season reaches the final stages, Alex Ferguson's men now face the prospect of playing their last 4 matches in the space of 8 days. With all hope of glory gone, it's tough for United to produce their best. They'll finish at Newcastle, they've got to play Everton, Queen's Park Rangers and Southampton.
Being urged to take on the defender. And then two more arrive. Cockrell, Horn, look for Rodney Wallace again, but Duxbury doing very well. And Robson, a mistake. Can he profit? Cockrell, yes! Cockrell gives Southampton the lead. And amazingly, it was England's captain Brian Robson that set up all the problems for Manchester United. Martin. Beardsmore just beaten by Forrest, but he wins it back again and finds Milne the substitute. And McClare in a good position in the middle, back for Beardsmore. Yes! Russell Beardsmore scores the equaliser 10 minutes into the second half. So a second Southampton goal now would be important, but it's Manchester United in possession. Not for long, Osman gets it away, and then Wallace clear, good ball. Cockrell, Rodney Wallace to his left. Still Cockrell, and he finds Rodney Wallace. Yes! What a terrific finish by Rodney Wallace! And is that going to be the goal that ensures First Division football for Southampton next season?
Milne. Chance to get in an early cross here for Ralph Milne, and it's put behind by Faraday. Bruce coming in, that's a great header! A terrific start for Manchester United. Clark, and Sinton! His eye for goal again, Andy Sinton. Rangers are level. Beardsmore, Blackmore, and more for Manchester United. Back in front straight away within a minute. Steen. Oh, one or two optimistic appeals for handball. Here's Gray. Oh! An absolute rocket. Andy Gray's first goal for Queen's Park Rangers. That's a mistake by Milne. Here's Gray. Donachie to take on. Oh, Andy Gray! With only seconds remaining. It's the Andy Gray story here tonight at Loftus Road.
And it's a long time since we've seen so many gaps on the Stretford end terraces. Wilson's corner. Wilson again. Sharp! Yes! A typical Graham Sharp goal. And he loves scoring here at Old Trafford. He was looking for options. Mal Donachie at last providing one. And here's Hughes. Oh, that's a terrific strike! Mark Hughes! His first league goal for 4 months. And what a way to start scoring again. Wilson and Stephen over the ball. Stephen took it. Sharp challenging, away by Bruce. Back in there by Wilson again. Sharp! And wasn't he? 2-1.
Flicked on by Hughes. Robbins. It's a driven cross, it's a splendid cross, and Brian McClare met it superbly at the far post. McClare's 17th goal of the season in all competitions. Hughes. Well blocked by Wright, retrieved by Beardsmore. Robson. 2-0. And 10 minutes to the end of Manchester United's season, it may well be that the scorer of their first league goal against Middlesbrough back in September has rounded it off with the last of the 1988-89 campaign.
So Manchester United end in mid-table in 11th place. 13 victories from the 38 matches, 12 draws, 13 defeats, 45 goals for, 35 conceded, and 51 points. The goal scorers: Mark Hughes, back from Spain, 14 league goals and 2 in the Cup. Brian McClair got 17, 1 more than Hughes, 10 in the league, 7 in the Cup. The skipper Brian Robson, 4 in both competitions. Steve Bruce moving forward, he got 5. Manchester United's goal of the season came from Mark Hughes at White Hart Lane in those optimistic days in the autumn.